Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's so with ID here. So on today's tutorial, we are doing the part 2 of the previous tutorial we dropped. This part is the sewing part. The white one is what I made, and if you want to stay to the end, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and drop a comment in the comment section. I lost some clips while sewing, but I'll make sure to explain to you guys so you understand in details. Now, what I'm measuring out here is 36 plus 1 inch, so that is 35 inches. So let's say 1 yard plus 1 inch. All right, and I'll be using that as the length of this gown. Now, for you to make sure that it's okay for you, you're going to minus what your half length is, and then you can add some allowance. Like you can see, if I minus my half length, I have about 2 to 3 inches excess there. Remember that when we're drafting, we came down from the waist by the side by 4 inches, so that means that 4 inches plus your actual half length, that's what you're minusing, okay, to get the full length of your gown. Now remember that this organdy comes in length 60, so the length is what we are going to be using as our circumference, so we are using it as the round, okay, while the yardage is going to be the length. Now I have 6 pieces of it, that as I have about 6 years here, remaining 2 years, okay. So this 6 means we are using 3 for one part of the side of our dress, while the other 3, because it's layered into 3 parts, okay. So 3 is one side, the other 3 is at the other side, okay. I hope you understand that. Now these are my pattern. I've gone ahead to cut my fabrics. This is the back, so I'm using the lining for the facing of the organdy and also as the lining. All right, so now I've gone ahead to cut the organdy. I have about 4 pieces of the organdy, or 2. Yeah, I have 2, sorry. Then while the lining, I have about 4, meaning 2 for the other side, 2 for the other side. Now this one I'm showing you guys, I cut the front and the back together, meaning I have 4 for the front piece and I have 4 for the back. That's in total we have 8. While for the organdy, I have 4. That means 2 for the front, 2 for the back. So you're going to use your lining to face the organdy before we use the main lining to the linings. And now remember I said when we are cutting for the back, you're going to make sure you trim out that curved side so that your back will lay flat. So when I'm sewing that, I'll go ahead and do that. Now this is also for the front and the back, the lower part. I've gone ahead to also cut the center front. You can see it's on fold, and this one I'm holding here is the back. I've also gonna ahead to remove the zipper bulging at that point. Now this is the center front, okay. So I'll go ahead to laminate all of this. You're going to use your hemming gum or use your pin to hold it down. So when you use your hemming gum, make sure you're being careful so it does not show. All right, so I've gone ahead to do that. Now we're going to start sewing everything together. I'm going to go ahead and join the side. We'll join all the side that needs to be joined. As you can see, I have laminated my organdy, so you're barely seeing it, okay. Go ahead and sew all of this, sew the lining as well as the main fabric. Remember we are using the lining for the facing, okay. We need to, when you're working with this, you have to make sure you're working with a light lining or a light fabric for the lining, so that it does not, it's not hard for you to work with. So just go ahead and do that and iron it properly, and I'll show you guys what I have. So far, this is what I have. So this is for the center front, or this is for the front, this is the back lining, okay. So I have the front, the main front, and the lining for the front, and then we have the back and also the lining for the back. So I'm just showing you guys what I have here so far, okay. So make sure not to be confused when you're doing this. So this is the front and the lining. You're also going to get the back and also align them. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is to join the waist, that's the lower part, to the upper part, okay. So we're going to be joining the waist, we're going to be joining it at the waist by half an inch. You can join by the allowance you give or you kept for yourself. Just go ahead and do that. Then you do the same thing for the main fabric and also for the back as well. You're going to go ahead and sew that and properly iron it, and then come back for it. After doing that, this is what we have. We've also ironed it properly, as you can see. So this is what we have. So if your seam allowance or your joining allowance is too much, you can go ahead and trim it so it's thinner. Okay, so this is what we have for the front and the back, both the lining. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is to put the design that is at the neck, okay. So the first thing you're going to be doing is to measure where you want it to be at. So you can just use your eye gauge to gauge where you want it to be. So at this point, I want you to start from that point towards the end of the blouse or the top length, okay. So you can stop yours at the waist, or you can even come down by 1 inch or 2 inches at that point, okay. So just use your eye to measure and take take note of the measurements. Now we're going to create the flounce that is going to be at that point. I'll be cutting mine in a flip pattern. Okay, so what I did here was to fold my fabric into four, and we are going to be marking about 3.5 or so. So I'm just going to, whatever measurement you have, you divide it by 4 and add some allowance. Okay, so it's better you have excess than having smaller. Okay, so just divide that and then mark your measurements there. And after marking it there, we are going to now come down, which is by the length of the actual flounce we're working with. Okay, so the flounce I'll be working with is about 4.5, and that 4.5 includes the seam allowance for the joining and also weaving. Okay, so if you want to fold yours, you can go ahead and fold yours, but for mine I weaved it, so that's why I used 4.5. So if you're folding yours, you might want to do up to 5, so that by the time you're done folding, you have enough fabric there. Okay, so just go ahead and do that, and then I'll cut it out. After cutting, that is what we have. I'm going to go ahead and open one side, and by this time you can see that it will be bigger than the actual measurement we need, so that's fine. Just going to go ahead and trim off the excess that is there, but I would always advise you add additional 1 to 2 inches extra, okay, to your actual measurement, so that you're on the safe side. So I'm just going to trim that as from that side and measure again to be sure I have what I'm looking for. I think what I need there is about 18 inches, but I ended up adding about 2 to 3 inches more. Okay, so just go ahead and do same, and to be on the safe side, just make sure you're on the safe side. Okay, so it's always better you have excess than you have limited. Now we're going to be attaching it on our top. Okay, so I'll come down from that neck point by 3.5. You can come down up to maybe 3 inches or 4. I'll come down there by 3.5, and I'm going to hold on to that point, and then we're going to put that fabric at that point there. Now we're going to sew it and flip it over to the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to use pin and secure it. Then you're going to position your fabric the way you want it to be. Make sure you're not stretching it out too much. Okay, just slightly, but make sure everything is relaxed. Okay, so like I said, you can extend it all the way to the down. You can also just come down by 1. I came down by 1 inch from the waistline, but I eventually used almost everything, not all, but I took it down later. Okay, when I was joining, like when I was closing the side. Okay, so you can still do this one, it's still perfect. Okay, you're going to go ahead and sew on it by 1/2 inch. You're top stitching, not like top stitch, just sewing by 1/2 inch. Then you're going to flip it after sewing. Okay, now after sewing, this is what I have, and I flipped it over. I used my pin to secure it, as you can see. Now I'm going to be attaching my collar, right? I'm going to be attaching the band for the neck, or collar band, whichever one you call it, and the width of what I'm working with is about 3 inches. The length is over 60. All right, I'm going to pin it up to the center of the front, and I'm using my lining. I'm also going to pin my lining at that point, so we are going to use the lining to turn it over. Okay, so just watch closely what I'm doing. It's very simple, trust me. It's not hard, it's very simple to do. You just have to pay attention. Now if you see, when you're sewing by the side, you're going to tuck in that collar a little bit inside so you don't stitch on it, and you're going to sew by 1/2 inch, and also by the side you can sew by 0.25 or 1/2 inch, and then turn it over, iron, do the same thing for the back as well. Now I've done this thing for the back and the front. I've ironed. I'm about to close up the sides. As you can see, this is what it's looking. It's very beautiful, right? I know we are not doing instant finishing today, but you can see that you can still make something beautiful without doing instant finishing. All right, so we are going to start marking our measurement, our side measurement, as you're seeing. So make sure you lay your fabric and your clothes properly, and make sure that everything is not entering or disturbing the other parts. Okay, so at this point you're going to take your waist measurement and then mark it on the waist. Also take your waist measurement and also mark the same thing with around that Basque hip line point. Anywhere, I don't know, anywhere that measurement is needed, just go ahead and put your measurement at that point. And after doing that, I'm going to show you guys. Now I lost some clips when I was editing this video. I lost clips. This was even one of the reasons why I had delay uploading of these tutorials, but I'll be showing you guys an illustration on how to go about it. Okay, like how to sew the lower part. Now remember that the lower part we've already cut, so I'm still going to like explain again. Now remember that I said I'm using 1 yard for each layer. Okay, remember that we have about 6 pieces of it, 3 for one side, 3 for the other side, and we're using 1 yard. And the length, which is the 60, is what we are going to be using as the circumference of this. Why the 36 or 36 plus 1, which is 37, is going to be the length of our gown. Okay, so what you're going to do is to fold, just layer the 3 layers. Let's say we're using 3 of the pieces. Remember, we have 6, so that means 3 for one side, 3 for the other side, and we're going to match up the 3 pieces together, making sure that they are shorter by 2 inches. Now I'm using this as an illustration. Okay, so let's assume that this part is the main bodice. Okay, so this is the front and the other side is the back. Okay, so just let's assume. All right, this is an assumption, please don't be confused. Now let's assume this is the back, and remember there's supposed to be at the zip, there's supposed to be zip at the back, but don't just imagine. Now we're going to close up the side. At this point we have done all of this, but I'm just still explaining. So we need to attach the lower part to the waist, to the hem of the blouse, right? So this is now assumed to be my lower part. Remember that this longer part is the 60 inches, which is like the actual length of the fabric, and this side is the yardage, which is 36 plus 1 inch. Now this one, the last one, is the one that is 36 plus 1, that is 37. Now the second one is going to be shorter than the first one. It's going to be shorter than the last one by 2 inches, while the first layer is going to be shorter than the last layer by 4 inches. That means the first layer is shorter by 4, the second layer is shorter by 2, while the last layer is the 36 plus 1, that is 37. I hope you understand. So you're going to make it layered. This is optional. I can still do it without layering it, but it's the way it is on the inspiration. Okay, remember that the part you're putting at the waist is our length for the fabric. Now you're going to fold the fabric into 2 and take a notch where the middle is. Make sure you're using your pin to hold the fabrics together, remember, because there are 3 layers. Okay, now we're going to be joining the fabric by the waist. So we're going to be joining the fabric to the upper bodies. Okay, so you're joining starting from the side of the top or the blouse or whatever you call it. So you're going to match up the notched part to the side and stop directly at the center front. You're going to sew and top stitch there. Okay, and if you sew, you're going to see that you have some excesses flowing at the front. That is okay, that's the style. You're also going to take it to the back. Remember that the back is supposed to have a zipper or zipper allowance, and you kept zipper allowance. So you're going to first of all mark out your zipper allowance. So at that point where the zipper allowance starts or stops, that's where the back layer is going to stop at. Okay, so you're sewing the 3 layers together. You're going to stop at that point. You're also going to do the same thing for the other side of the clothes. Okay, now I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what I have. You can see that this point is a bit transparent. This is optional. You can choose to line it or not. From the inspiration, there was no lining added to it, but for my client, she wanted us to put lining so it's not transparent. Okay, so this is what we have. You can see that I removed the zipper allowance that we need. Remember, now we're going to attach our lining. So this lining depends on your measurement. You're just going to measure what you have around that point and cut the lining that is equivalent to that. Now your lining can be of any length, but I don't think you should make it to be too long. Okay, so it doesn't show. Mine didn't show, but make sure that yours is also not too much so it doesn't show, and don't use the lining that is too thick. Okay, so we are going to start pinning from the center front. So you're going to be using the lining to cover up that stitch there. All right, so you're going to place the lining like you're seeing me do. And if you watch closely, you see that at that center front, I brought out the lining more. Why I did that is because so that it can be able to cover very well. You're also going to do the same thing for the other side and extend the lining to the back. After doing that, you're basically done with that. Now the next thing we are going to do is to attach the collar to the back. Remember, we've only attached the front. Okay, now you might be asking, how do I do it? It's very simple. So you have to know that the distance from the front collar to the back for me and for some size is about 6.5. So if you're on a plus size, maybe you need to take the measurement or put it on your client's body or use a dress form to do that. But for this, I use 6.5. I use it on myself too. It works for me. So I don't know for you, but I think it works for a lot of people. So you are also going to make sure you minus your zipper allowance for the back. Please remember, remove that zipper allowance. So wherever your zipper allowance stops, that is where that your band is going to stop. That's it from the side. Okay, so that is how we have done. Well, that's how we did for the collar so far, and I believe you all understand it. Okay, now this is the last part which you are going to be using to attach on the waist. Remember, there is another layer which is the last layer that is short. Now what I have here is 2. and the length here is 14 inches, then the width is about 40 something inches. Okay, you can use as much as you have. I didn't have enough fabric, so I managed it. So what I did was to cut that into 4. So we are using one for this other side, one for the other side. Okay, now this is going to start directly from the center front. Okay, you're going to start from the center front. Watch closely, and you're going to stop at the side. That's a side join. You're going to stop at that side joining, and the what's it called, notch or top stitch there, and then turn it to the other side. That's for the back, and start from the center back to the side again. Okay, then you're also going to do the same thing for the other side of the front to the back. Sorry, from the front to the side, and from the back to the side, and you're going to put your zipper, and that's basically it. If you've watched at this point, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next tutorial. Bye.